Hey everyone. So I wanted to make a video kind of like this. I've also had some feedback on doing something similar where I play live, right? And we'll just record some games and then have some feedback along the way. Also discussing kind of my choices as I'm moving forward as best I can. And then, kind of wrapping it up and kind of doing a summary of things. So what my plan is that I'm going to put segments into the video so that you can jump ahead to different types of matches. So you don't have to watch each one. If you want to watch all the way through, I think you'll get a decent amount of feedback, or not feedback, but information if you are a very inexperienced Ruby Amethyst player. So as we're going into the set 7 championships for Archzia's Island, I think that we're going to see a lot of Ruby Amethyst, and I've already been discussing that in previous videos. I think what would be helpful would be to kind of watch playing through, because right now there are a variety of different Ruby Amethysts. So this version of my deck, as I mentioned the other day, is currently 5-0 against mirror matches. It is total 8-0 in person. I've been using this deck for a while, so it's had a variety of other wins, but this specific version currently is definitely, I've gone up a variety of different types of, actually each Ruby Amethyst player had a very distinctly unique version of the deck, not even counting mine. So that would be 6 that I have locally that I've been playing with. So what I've decided to do is we are going to play here on Inktable. I'm going to play, and I've got 3 different versions of Ruby Amethyst to go up against. So what I'm hoping is I'll put time segments in so you can kind of skip ahead to the different types of videos, or you can just go ahead and skip to the end where there's kind of a summary of things. But if you want to watch all the way through, this will help you kind of get a really good feel for how this deck works and hopefully be able to assist you in being a better Ruby Amethyst player. So what are these 3 decks? Like I have here my deck, which you can see this is the Control to Victory deck that I built. I found this one, Red, Purple, Steel Song. This is currently Ed's deck, which if you know who Ed is in the Lorcana community, he is a very accomplished Ruby Amethyst player. We've got Shark Rush here, which was, where did I find this deck? This deck was, this is someone who also lives in Florida, who I've watched a number of his videos as well. He's also a very good Ruby Amethyst player. So this is a very evasive heavy, but it does not, okay, it does have, okay, so we do have 2 different, his is going to have more locations than this last one, which I just named this one Evasiveness. This one was a winner in a tournament with 72 players. This got first place, this deck right here. So I figured this is a good representation of different types of things that are going on. I would say a lot of Ruby Amethyst right now is being hyped up for evasives with Maui Half Shark, with Peter Pan Shadowfinder, and like in this case, like Pegasus. You got, you're running into decks that have Dragonfire and Finders Keepers. These are things I'm not running. That does not mean that I'm better. They could have a phenomenal day and completely wreck me, or vice versa. So none of these are the be all end all, but one of the big differences is that like someone like Ed, you'll notice all of his cards that he has chosen are all 4 ofs. When you look at mine, it's not like that at all. I've got plenty of 1 ofs, 2 ofs, 3 ofs, because I like, some players want to have a ton of consistency. They want to be able to have tons of, I put this card in there for a reason. I want to see it. In my case, I am totally fine only running, like, for example, 1 Sisu, because I don't want 4 of her. But having 1 of her has bailed me out. But I wouldn't want 4. 4 would be way too many. And I feel that in my case, in my local scene, that's what I can go off of. And, I play plenty online and stuff, but, my local scene, this has totally worked. So that's what I'm going to keep going off of. I am okay having 1 of, because I'm not dependent on them. I'm not banking on finding that Sisu. It's just that if I find her, I'm going to make use of her later, right? I'm going to try to get the most value out of playing her. but I'm totally fine doing 1-ofs and 2-ofs. Most of these other decks, as we're looking at, this one has a ton of 4s, has a little bit of 1 other that's a 3. This one's got some 1s, some 2s, some 3s, you know. So these are very different. So what I'm going to do here as we get into this, this is Inktable. It's inktable.net. If you've never been here before, you can play against an artificial player. So these are not against a real human. It's an artificial player. And I do need to preface that at the beginning of this, any plays that Inktable may do might not always be the best play. So while I don't even know what's about to happen as I play this, I may win every single one of my games. I may lose some here and there or whatever, but at the end of the day, this may not make all the best decisions that you would make or I would make or another human would make. But so just that we set that up so that even if I completely clean the entire, all the way through, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best ever, right? Or the most realistic. We're using this as a simulation to kind of prove things and moving forward. So I have already picked my deck. You click select player 1. That's always you. We'll start with this deck first. We'll make it player 2. And then from there, we can either start with one of us or both of, or whichever player I want to go first, and then random. I'm going to pick random, so then that way it's kind of simulating the dice roll, and I don't know who's actually going to go first. All right, so the first game or two will probably be a little bit slower as I kind of just go over like my thinking in terms of my starting hand and then moving forward. In this case, you know what? I actually need to also, let me make my camera smaller, and then I'll move maybe over here or something so you can see the whole screen. Okay, so in this case, you just hover over it and you can see the, why don't we also just the screen? Okay, so you can hover over the card and you can see, right, what it is. So this will be obviously my hand. So right now I get to choose which ones I want to mulligan. So in this case, I've got 6 inkables and 1 uninkable. I already know that I'm going against Ruby Amethyst, so I don't have to have in the back of my mind, is this Emerald? So I have to make sure I have no songs. So for sure, I don't want to have Be King Undisputed because I don't really want to see that early game. I have a turn 1, I have a turn 2, I have a turn 3. Actually, I have a second turn 3. I have turn 5, and then also this. I would say in this case, I'm only going to throw back 1 because what I would probably do is ink Teeth and Ambitions if I don't need it when, turn 2 comes along. Or I'll also ink Elsa. So I have my turn 1, my turn 2, and 3. I don't have any card draw yet, but I at least have something that's inkable so I can move forward. So I will throw back only the 1, and we got a goat. Perfect. That's really cool. So I am going to be going first. So I will ink. I'll probably ink Goat because I typically ink Goat when I get him early. And then we're going to go ahead and play the Diablo. Then we're going to pass. I don't really want the Goat super early. And then we got to, the only downside to Inktable is on the side, I have to read what the computer inked. So in this case, he inked a Maui. All right. We got Sisu. That's not super helpful. We'll quest here. I will ink. Okay, so this deck was the first one, which was Ed's deck. So he's going to have 4 of everything. So that means even the Maui, there's a 4 of. So there are Evasive. So I probably hold on to her right now. I'll probably ink here. Ink this. We'll play Cusco. We'll pass. The inked Mim Snake to play Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts isn't phenomenal for us. We will ink Diablo. And what I'll do is I will play Sisu, not the crab. Because what I would hope to do, odds are Queen of Hearts is going to hit Diablo so that she's a 4. Right? Well, actually, no. She'll hit... Yeah, actually, we could do that. We could prevent her from having a good target. So let's do that. Let's play Sisu here. The reason I would play Sisu here, I'm only going to quest with Diablo. If Queen of Hearts hits my Diablo, I will get a card, and she will still be only 1 damage because she won't have taken damage yet to get that extra 3 power If I also turn Cusco and she were to hit, let's say, Diablo and then bounce in a Mim Fox, she could take out Cusco and then I would be in a bad situation. So in this case, I'm only going to let her be able to hit the Diablo, and maybe they won't play the Mim Fox yet. So what I'm hoping to do is be able to trap her by using the crab and take out Queen of Hearts, and Cusco would still be alive. Yes, I would like the extra card. Cool, it's a brawl. All right, let's see what she drops. Friends on the other side. All right, yeah, I'd like to also see some card draw myself. Don't have that yet. So we are for sure going to play crab. We're going to throw it onto Cusco. Cusco is going to challenge and take out Queen of Hearts right now because he's doing 4 damage. She only does 1 back, so he survives. We're going to quest with Sisu, and then we're going to go ahead and ink the goat because that we need to keep moving the ink up. We have to, every turn, be cognizant of gaining ink. The reason I don't want to ink Brawl, I want to hold on to Brawl because maybe in the next turn he's going to drop. I didn't look and see. I didn't study the deck in depth. I kind of wanted to have like a rough idea and then just jump into it because I wouldn't really know. Like if you and I sat down, I wouldn't know your full deck, right? He could have rabbits. He could have Genie that would be played on turn 4. So I want to be able to answer with a Brawl and delete it so that there's not the possibility. Because what you have to think of is by getting rid of Queen of Hearts, I have prevented him from being able to play Fox without also, because he'll be going to 4 ink, he'll have to drop a 1-drop and then bounce and get Fox. And that might be. And if he does take out Sisu, Fox is going to trade. So we'll be okay. So I don't want to ink Brawl. And I want to keep Elsa at the moment to help us be able to exert something down. So, okay. So dropped a... Oh, sweet. Okay. So we are just going to quest... Now the question would be, we need to ink something. Let's ink Elsa. I need to get to 6 ink. And we only have 2 inkable cards. And then we have Sisu. We can shift Sisu on the next turn because she shifts on 6. But I do need to be careful of questing with Sisu because Mim Fox could come and destroy her and then I don't have her. So what I will do is not quest with Sisu. That may send a telegraph against a human player that I have big Sisu or I'm looking for big Sisu. But either way, I don't really want to take the chance. And I could play Maui, but then my only inkable card going forward would be Brawl. So I'm actually not going to play anything. Or... yeah, let's actually play this. And we're going to get rid of Queen of Hearts. The reason being is that if I were him, I would use Queen of Hearts, take out Cusco. Now it's a 4. Even if you do shift to Big Sisu, you won't be able to get rid of my Queen of Hearts. So I think it's probably safer to do that. Pass. We could always ink Maui if we have to. Yep, see, took out the Cusco. But now we get an extra card. We got B prep, which is not great. We really want to see something with card draw right now. Okay, got a rabbit. And a mini. Oh no, I don't want to play rabbit yet. So what we're going to do, we're going to ink... Oop. That was an accident. Have my mouse set up for hotkeys. We're going to ink Maui. Then we are going to play Sisu, but we are going to shift. We're going to take out all of those cards because everything 2 power or less is defeated. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to quest. And quest also with Crab. And we need to be cognizant of our opponent getting up to 7 ink. So right now he's at 5. So he still has 1 more full turn that we can quest in relative safety. He could play a Maui and just delete Sisu. And there's nothing we can do about that. Okay, Crab. All right, so he doesn't have something great. So he's drawing. So we know we're going to get to quest before he can possibly blow things up. So what we'll do is we will play Rabbit. We're going to go ahead and draw. We'll ink the broom so that we move up to 7. He knows we're at 7. We know we're at 7. We're going to go ahead and quest. If he blows up the board, we're already at 14, and we're going to get a card back. If he doesn't blow up the board, we're going to get 5 right now and be at 19. And if he doesn't do it, he doesn't do it. No, he didn't have it. Now he's in trouble. Okay, well, Fox might be able to take out the Sisu would make the most sense. Okay, well, we traded. Now we'll be at 16 on this next turn. So we're just going to quest. And quest. And then... in this case, it's good to be able to play Tremaine after a B prep. Because if they only play one character, once the board is wiped, then we can just drop down Lady Tremaine and get rid of something like Half Shark or something else that's really big and really tough to deal with. So I'm actually not going to play anything, because if he blows up the board, which would make sense, we would lose the Sisu before we even get to use her. All right, you take out the rabbit. We'll take the card. We got another B prep. So yeah, I'd like to see a location in this sort of sense, because then it'll help stabilize things a little bit more. So let's actually sing this, so we don't have to use our ink just yet. Then we will play the goat, go to 17. We'll also play Cusco, and then pass. So now we have the win condition on the table. He's likely... oh, he's not going to play B prep. He may not have it. Yeah, you can go ahead and take out that. I already have a path to victory. I don't care. Go ahead. So if he doesn't play Brawl to take out Cusco, we've won the game. Oh, I have to pick... sorry. I have to pick a character. Is he going to use... no, he's not going to... because he could have also played Elsa to exert the Merlin and take it out before I could actually do anything that would have maybe won him, or at least slowed me down. Wouldn't have won. Okay, yeah, so we just do this. We can quest 18. Quest 19. Now, in this case, just so that I can show you guys a different way that you could win, we could play the snake right now, bounce the goat, we immediately go to 20. We could also, if we didn't have the snake, which is what I'm going to do, we could play B prep, blow the whole table up, and still get a lore, and still win. Game's over. We're at 20. So you gotta... there's creative ways that you can win, especially if you have a character like Goat on the table. So we're going to go ahead and hit restart, and it's actually... so see, this is the case where they had 3 B preps. I don't know why they didn't play it. I don't know why they didn't play it. All right, so in this case, going forward, we've got 2 1s. We've got card draw. We've got a 3. So we could play like Diablo on turn 1 or Broom on turn 1, then Diablo. Then we have a bounce. We have Sisu if we want. Maui isn't bad in case they're playing location. So we for sure want to throw back Medusa. And that's probably all I would throw back. And we got Brawl. Okay, we're set. It's saying that I'm going to go first again. So I will ink in this case... Maui, and we will play the Broom. The reason that we're playing Broom first is that on turn 2 I can drop the Diablo if I want to get an extra card before they're able to do anything right out of the gate. Or we could actually ink Diablo, quest with the Broom, and then we can play the snake, and then if they happen to tap their Minnie Mouse, we will be waiting. And we'll go ahead and pass. Another mini. Okay, good. That we just take that right out. We don't even have to worry about that. So let's ink Broom. We will play Library, and we will challenge here to take out the mini. Yes, they'd be able to play the Fox on turn 3, but we kind of want that so that we could move the snake over onto the library and then run into the snake and then get another card and clear the board. Yeah, it would have up to 5 damage on it, but okay, so he did Hypnotic Strength, so now she's going to do a 3. Oh, she just quested. Another mini. Okay. Well, we will move over to here. And then we will challenge and take her out. It won't quite defeat the snake, but we're just helping to clear the board. Let's ink Teeth and Ambitions. We don't really need that in this case. And we will play Let's play Sisu and pass. I was tempted to play Brawl because then we could take out Mini and then that way Fox can't be dropped, but... Oh, okay. They're going to charge up and take out, or they're going to damage that. Okay. It's a little bit of an issue. All right. So let's challenge here to here. We defeated that and we'll get a card out of it. We can ink the Chernobog because the library is probably going to be gone before we can use it. So now in this case, we could either play Rabbit, draw a card, or we can use Brawl and take out Olaf and hope that there's no other rush character that they have for Merlin to take out the library. In this case, I would rather continue setting up for what will be the Be Prepared probably round. So let's play Rabbit. Let's get the card. Yeah, we got it. Let's just play. Yeah. And then we will quest here and pass. I figure library is going to already be toast. There's not really any way around that. So we're not going to worry about trying to keep it alive because he could also play a Maui on turn 5 right now anyway and take it out even if we were to play Brawl to take out Olaf. So now we are in a phenomenal setup for moving forward because we're just, if they blow up the board, we're going to get 2 cards. So actually what we're going to go ahead and do, we will quest for sure here because that'll get us to 7. And we'll just go ahead and quest these other ones as well. And we can play Mimfox. Let's bounce back Rabbit so we will draw a card. Then we can go ahead and challenge with her to take out Olaf. And then we still need to ink. We'll ink one of the Brawls. And we can either go ahead and play it, play Brawl to get rid of Merlin, or we can go ahead and play here. Let's play Brawl because we know next turn we could always sing. So let's get rid of the Rabbit. And then that way, what that also prevents is from, we'll take the card, would be if Merlin decided to crash into Mimfox, then gave the +3 to the Rabbit, and the Rabbit crashes into Sisu and cleared our whole board. By removing that other character, they didn't get to have that opportunity. So in this case, let's take out Mim, because they played Tremaine, so we have to pick somebody to get defeated. We'll pick Mim, because we can still quest for 2, or we can still sing. Let's do this, actually. Let's challenge here. And we will play our own Tremaine. And then all that they can do... I'm actually not going to... No, I'm going to just pass. I'm not going to ink. Okay, they got B prep, so they did wipe everything out. But it was kind of the risk we were taking that they only had 2 cards. So let's play a Rabbit. See what we get. We'll just pass. I want to keep inking, but if we don't have to ink the Mim, we'll be able to play something else. So let's sing Friends with the Rabbit. We can get some cards. Perfect. We will ink Broom. We will play Medusa. We will delete the Queen of Hearts. And now in this case, they have 2 cards to our 5. And they just passed. No idea what they could possibly have, why they didn't play something. We will play Rabbit. So we want more cards. We'll play a Fox to bounce that specific Rabbit. So we're going to draw an additional card. We will ink Elsa, play here, quest to go to 10. We will sing Friends because the more cards that we have at all times, the more choices we have. They are at a card deficit. They are having... Why are they not going? Did they just like give up? That is wild. I don't understand why it's not playing anything. There's got to be something going on with it that it just... Oops. Well, yeah, let's play Rabbit. At this point, we're just hoping to just see a goat because we could just go. No, I don't want to ink. I just want to quest. So we're at 14. We've got 5 here. Let's play Fox, I guess, and bounce this. Draw another card. Oh, we got Goat. Okay, so next turn, if they don't blow up the board, we win. What the heck? Why is it doing this? I don't know. I don't know what to say, because it shouldn't just effectively be giving up. This is a interesting scenario. I guess we'll find out when we play Goat. We'll see what they had in their hand. Oh my gosh, they couldn't play. Look at this. They had Mim Fox, Mim Snake, Fox, Brawl, Snake. They couldn't play. Oh, that's so bad. That's terrible. And then it was like anything they played, we didn't really have a lot of big removal. I mean, we had Be Prepared, but we didn't have Tremaine or Medusa. But I mean, I could have just as easily, if they started playing something, use the Fox, bounce back Medusa, next turn, replay Medusa, delete whatever they just played, and then that way we just kind of keep staying in a power position until they find another B prep, clear the board, and then we kind of like re-establish ourselves. So we beat that deck 2 times in a row. So let's back out. Let's do Shark Rush. It's player 2. To make this a little more difficult, I just want to get this is a bunch of evasives and finders keepers. So what we're going to do, we're going to have player 2 going first both times, because I got to go first both those other times. So we'll just have player 2 going first. Focus on getting a roll. All right, so that's not yet available. Plays its strongest turn. Okay, yeah, with default behavior. Okay, all right, so let's do it. So this is a lot of evasives. This is what I think will be more likely that we're going to run into. So Teeth and Ambitions is good if they're running Iago, because we can just delete it, right? So in this case, let's just send back the Medusa. We've got turn 1, turn 2s. We've got things to bounce that can end up singing. We're in a good spot. Sisu is basically the worst card that we could see in this entire freaking deck. Oh, and that's not any better. Okay, we will ink one of the Foxes, unfortunately, because I don't really want to ink the Teeth and Ambitions just yet. Oh, they played Pegasus. So let's... Oh, okay, we'll do this. We will quest, go to 1. This is a good thing to show. We will then play Broom. We will destroy our other Broom, draw a card, not inkable. Bruh. We're going to have to ink the Diablo. What I wanted to do was to ink something else, then play Diablo, and then we have 2 things on the table. But that just didn't happen that way. I'm hoping to get on the next card at something inkable so that we can bounce the Broom. That's unfortunate. Okay, now we have a different scenario. Let's ink Teeth and Ambitions, as much as I don't want to do that because him being evasive is a problem. Well, so we have to work. Let's talk through this for a second. Whether we play Fox or Broom, we're going to do 4 damage to the library. Well, we could do 5 if we hit the library once with Broom. And then bounce Broom with Mim Fox. Mim Fox crashes into it, does another damage. The downside is we will then only have 1 body on the table. Pegasus could crash, could move to the location, crash into our Mim Fox, and then there is nothing that we can do about that. And we will lose a Fox. So I think in this case, it's better to play Crab. Crab will make the Broom a 4, do half damage onto the library. If Pegasus were to move to the library, crash into Magic Broom, yes, he will get an extra card. We will only lose a Broom rather than a Fox. And then on the following turn, we can bounce. We could actually sing with the Crab, draw 2 more cards, then play Mim, then take out the library completely. That's probably the smarter thing to do. So actually what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to ink this because we need more cards because we've got a bunch in our hand that's dead and we're way too far away from 7. So let's ink Teeth Inhibitions. Unfortunately, I don't want to do that. We will then play the crab. We will use the crab's ability. We will not use the broom's ability. Then we will challenge with the broom because he is now a 4 into the library. And then we're going to have to pass. So the good thing is he can't take out Merlin. So no matter what, we're deleting the library. And if he doesn't take the bait and hit the broom like he didn't, then the Pegasus is going to sit there. And that's really unfortunate. But we've got to get up to B prep level. So let's do this. Do we play here? Yeah, let's do that. Let's quest with the broom. Sing Friends. Get us some more cards because we need more inkable things. Ooh. Do we just play Brawl to delete Genie? I think we leave Genie so he gets the 2 more lore. Because if we Brawl Genie now, and if Pegasus were to take out Broom, and then he plays something else, Maui with Rush takes out Merlin, we're going to be in a bad spot. This library is going to keep stacking on us, and we're going to end up being messed up. I think what we do is we need to play Mim. We need to bounce the Broom. We need to then challenge, take out the library, and then we need to ink the Broom. Or do we ink a Sisu? Let's ink a Sisu. No, let's ink Broom. Pass. Okay, he sang, and that's unfortunate that we allowed him to get another 2 cards off of that Genie, but he didn't quest for more lore either, so it's kind of okay. Oh, and he played Finder's Keep. Okay, he's got tons of cards. We can't compete with the card draw of that right now. So let's go ahead and ink a Sisu. We will play, because he's not going to be able to get to B prep yet. We will play Sisu, hoping that on the next turn we can drop our Sisu, big Sisu, take out Genie, quest for pretty big. So let's go ahead and just quest and quest, and then we will just pass. This is not a phenomenal position. Oh my goodness. This is not a phenomenal position to be in with them having so many more cards. Okay, but that one, oh my gosh. Okay, so you're going to quest 1, 2. You're not going to quest that big. So we're just, you know what? We're going to ignore the fact that you have all this stuff. Because we're just going to go ahead and plan for the next turn where we're going to drop B prep. Because either he's going to play B prep or we are. I'm going to play Genie. Man, there is not very much inkable. This is special. We've got 5 uninkable cards, all phenomenal removal, but it doesn't really help us if we've got nothing on the table. So the question is, are they going to use their cards to take out our stuff? Yep, took out the Sisu, so we won't be able to bring in the big Sisu, which sucks. Well, there that goes. Wow. Jeez. Go ahead, hit my crab, you jerk. What are you going to play now? Oh, my. Okay, how many more do you got left? They've got 1 more possibly left. All right, let's ink Maui. No, we'll wait. We will play Medusa, and we will get rid of this, and then we will just quest. And no, I'm gonna ink him anyway, and then that way we're at 7. Oh no! Well, you're not gonna challenge. What are you doing? Why? You jerk. I'll give it to Medusa. She gets +3. All right. Well, we're definitely in a good reason to drop B prep. This quest here. No, actually, what I'm going to... then he's going to play it. I don't want to play B Prep yet. We're going to ink the snake, and we are going to play Sisu. We're going to wipe his entire board. He gets one card. Nothing we can do. If he plays B Prep after... Oh, he didn't. What are you going to... Oh, don't you dare have a crab. Oh, okay. That doesn't... Okay. Is there a reason that you chose Violent? Oh, you jerk. Wishing I had a second Sisu right now. We're just going to quest. We don't care. We're at 14. We're trying to make it so that he has to be the one to play B Prep. We don't want to play ours. Oh, you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of Genie. Just because. Because anything that else it crashes into will be gone. Go ahead, play it. Play it. Oh, you did. The benefit, I'll say, to making them be the one, in a mirror match, making them pay for the B Prep, as long as you are ahead in lore or you have a library, you're going to get a ton of cards off of them using B Prep, is that we are making them burn theirs instead of us burning ours. There have been plenty of times in mirror matches where I do play B Prep a little aggressively, because if I can push them off the table and kind of stay in control, especially if I can protect a location like a castle or a library that's out there, that's just getting me all this passive lore, that stacks up and that wins games. So sometimes it's good to play it and be aggressive, but in this case, I wanted them to drop it. I'm going to quest. I'm not worried about playing Tremaine to get rid of, Elsa or something. I'm going to let them play it, and then we get a card, and then we just keep moving forward. Yeah, they can play that. I don't care. So what we're going to do, we're going to play here, then we're going to play this, and then we are going to move onto the castle. We're going to pass. So now he has to deal with his library, because this library is going to end up making me win the game if he doesn't do something about it. You're going to play B Prep on a single? Well, whatever. I'll take the 2 cards. Oh, good. Another library. Go ahead. Hit it. Oh, darn. Look what I found. Oh, Brawl. Oh, no. What else did I find? The reason to pass. Oh, look, Half Shark doesn't have the Peter Pan out there to crash into my stuff. That's what we need to be paying attention to right here, boys and girls. This this Peter Pan has the ability Fly, of course. Your other characters with Evasive gain Rush. Guess which character has Evasive? That's right, this big card has Evasive and will crash right into anything. If you see Peter Pan and you have the ability to brawl him to get rid of him, or Medusa to get rid of him immediately, I think it is a strong, strong choice to delete that little bastard the moment you get a chance, so that he is not able to supercharge Maui, because this Maui right now is trash in this situation. He drops. I have 2 B Preps and a Tremaine. I am in control. I'm not going to allow him to be useful. So we will actually play this, make him pick his own character. We have some ink left. We're going to move her to the fresh library, and then we're going to pass. The game's over. He can B Prep. Oh, he played another Half Shark. We don't care. We're at 21, right? Game's over. By preventing him from having that Peter Pan on the table. And you might think, man, I'll tell you right now, if all I had to deal with that Peter Pan was a B Prep, I would still play it just to keep him off the table. Because I don't know if he's going to do this right here, or Moana, or Iago, or even Genie, where he gets a card and then he rushes it in and does another 2 damage. We have to be cognizant of that possibility. So in this case, their deck went first. We still wrecked. Now, should he have played Pirate's Life? Yes, because we would be at 19, even with questing with Tremaine, but it ultimately wouldn't have changed anything, and he needed a body to be on the table to have a chance. So it makes sense why he didn't, because if he would have played Pirate's Life, it would have knocked us to whatever. We would have been at 19 by the end of the turn, and then he'd have no characters on the table. He'd play Half Shark. We would still go up up to 21 because of the 2 libraries if he wasn't going to engage with them. So in that case, he was stuck, which works out great for us. So now on to game 2 of us going second. This hand blows. We're going to throw back Tremaine. Definitely Medusa. Now, sometimes I get stuck in these situations. I'll be transparent. right? I do not claim to be the best Ruby Amethyst player. But in this case, we've got our turn 2 and a turn 3, and then a turn 4 that also generates cards. If we needed to, Kuzco could sing Teeth and Ambitions, take himself out, draw a card, and delete something possibly, right? We need more inkable cards. We've got Goat. He's an easy ink, so we don't want to throw him back. We would prefer to have a turn 1. I don't like going... I'm going second, so we know we'll get one extra card, but we're going second knowing we won't have a 1-drop as of right now. That makes things difficult. But I think it is safer to kind of just go ahead and hedge our bets that we're going to be shooting for the turn 2 and we'll be okay. If we throw back the Goat and for some reason get 3 uninkables back, we're in a bad spot. Right now, we're throwing 2 uninkables back, hoping to get 2 inkables and see where we go from there. All right, we got 2 inkables, but it wasn't a 1, so that kind of stinks. But, oh, he didn't get a 1, so okay. All right, so we're going to ink Goat. Easy first ink. Easy. Let's see what he gets on 2. He got Pegasus. Well, that's good because what we can do is we will ink... I really want to protect this castle. Let's ink this. We will play Kuzco. We will pass. So Kuzco will be able to take out Pegasus, which is great for us. Unless he plays Fox and bounces, and then that blows. Oh, cool. Oh, no, this is perfect. This is perfect. Watch this. Ink Broom. Sing Teeth and Ambitions with Kuzco. Kuzco's going to do 2 damage to himself, but I can do 2 damage to something else. Oh, no, Pegasus. Pegasus is gone. We draw an additional card, and then we go ahead and we drop Brawl, deleting Peter Pan before he can do anything. Easy trade. Happy to do that all day long. Oh, he played a library. Okay, well, that's a little annoying. So we will ink Crab, and we will play... I probably should have inked the castle. Oh, well. We'll play Rabbit, and then Rabbit will be set up so that next turn he can sing Friends on the other side, hoping that... Oh... Okay. Oh, we got Maui. Okay. All right. We will ink one of the... Don't be greedy. Play smart. We're going to ink the castle. We are going to play Maui. And now we are going to challenge with both of them to take out one of the libraries. I wanted to keep the castle because I've won with the castle against a mirror match by just playing B prep, and just keeping them back. But it didn't happen. Yeah, it would make sense for him to crash into Rabbit. He'll get an extra card. I get a card, but then I also can't take out the library. He played Friends. That's unfortunate. It's better than playing Finders Keepers, I suppose, somehow. Let's go ahead and challenge here into library. We will play Rabbit again because we'll just take the card. We don't have something else. We will ink Sisu. We will pass. We've got lots of card draw, so that's good. So if Maui survives... Ooh. Oh, no, this is great! Because we will just go ahead and challenge. Doesn't really matter. Take that out. Play. Delete. Then we will sing. We're not going to quest yet because we have lots of card draw, but that's not great to have only card draw in your hand. I don't want to ink anything yet. We'll pass. He'll probably drop B prep. Oh, Finders Keepers. Okay. Okay, buddy. So he's already played 3 of his locations. This is what we'll do. Because he's going to be playing B prep at some point. So what we're going to do is we're going to play that. And we're going to move all of our people over. And then that way, when he does inevitably play it, we don't care. And we will quest here. I would like to ink something. But I'm not yet. I'll wait. Oh, I still didn't play B prep. Oh my gosh. Another half shark. Huh. What do we do about that? We don't have enough to play her and do that. So we will sing with Maui. Didn't find Tremaine. We will sing with Rabbit. Didn't get it. We will quest here. Ink. Broom. No, we'll ink Chernobog because it's safer. And we'll just go ahead and play B Prep. Take out that Maui, protect our location, and we're going to draw a ton of cards. We're going to draw 4 more cards, loaded up our hand. So we're at what? 4, 8, 11 cards? Yeah, go ahead and hit it. Now, see, if we would have left the Maui there, Elsa and him would have taken it out. So now in this case, we can take out a couple of things and kind of stay in a little bit of control here. So let's play Medusa, and we'll take out Elsa. Then ink a Broom. We'll play our own Cusco and pass. It probably would have been good to move him over. It's okay. If they play B Prep and blow this stuff up, we're still in a good position. Dragonfire, okay. Take out Medusa, sure. Pan, okay. Yeah. Having Pan there is a little bit... Oh, we have Brawl. We're fine. Oh, you have so many cards. Trying to keep track of it all. No, actually, what we can just do is just move over here. We'll just quest. Because he has no cards. He'll get 2 cards, but whatever. I'm just going to play it. Blow all his stuff up. Clear the board. We got another B Prep. Let's ink... let's ink Elsa, and we'll play Diablo. Can't move him over, but we can... We'll just keep protecting the library, really, is we'll just do. He's filling up his hand, whatever. That's another turn that he's not doing something. Oh, that's a touch problem, but we'll delete it. I don't really want that thing to sit there. So we will quest here with Diablo. We will play Tremaine. He has to pick a character. We will then turn around and play Snake to bounce away Tremaine. So if he does play B Prep, we don't care. We will also ink Broom, and we will move over Diablo to the library, super protecting our stuff. If he blows it up, we're going to get 3 cards, and he has to look for a Maui to take out the library or another. Okay, cool. That's fine. Play those. Oh, well, that's a problem because now they all have Rush. Wait, what? You're going to take out my... Okay, that's fine. Wouldn't you take out the library first? I appreciate you misplaying, though. Don't get that confused. Okay, well, shucks. He took out my stuff. But we are going to go ahead and play B Prep and clear the board again. We've been playing it a lot, but we've also been hurting him a lot. So, upside, downside. Let's ink Elsa to play a rabbit. No, let's play Genie. We'll get a card, and then we'll be in a good spot. Now, he may go ahead and brawl Genie. Oh, B Prep, okay, that'll work. That'll do it. Oh, hi, Moana. What's up? How about no? And we'll play Fox to bounce. Because what we want to be still cognizant of them playing Half Shark. So we still don't want that. All right, Brawl. Why not the Chernobog? Okay. Oh, all right. That's fair enough. Well, actually, no. It still would have been better the other way because then Elsa wouldn't have damage, but whatever. I don't care. Quest here. So this is becoming a little bit more of a back and forth, which is usually what happens, where they are in a really good spot, but we're... Oops, we don't want to ink. We'll play Goat. Go to 13. We will play Fox. Bouncing Goat. Going to 14, and we'll pass. But we're both down to 19 cards, and he's burning through his stuff, but I don't care. I mean, we're in a phenomenal position. We'll just play her. quest here. 15, 16. And then we'll play rabbit instead of goat. Get one more card. Oh, we'll play Diablo too. So if he cannot play B prep, the game is completely over. Unless he somehow has a special other thing. Okay, but we're going to get 2 cards out of this. Okay, so now we're going to be able to... Yeah, you better move him over. Well, all right. So we are going to play goat, go to 17, sorry. Play snake, bounce goat, go to 18. Play goat, go to 19. We don't care what you do. The game is literally over. There's nothing he can do on this turn to change anything. Game is over. Because if he plays B prep, anything blows up, anything to do on the board, we immediately go to 20 because of the goat. If he does nothing, we quest, we go immediately to 21. Game's over. We B prep just to be spiteful. Oh, he just drew 2 B prepareds and a Maui, but he was down to 8 cards and we were at 13. All right. So we've now done Ed's deck and the Shark Rush deck. Now we're going to do the Evasiveness. And the Evasiveness is more like the Shark Rush, but we'll just do that. So we'll do that deck, and we will also still do... I'll go second. So far this deck's been doing phenomenal. But again, we don't know if it's always making the right choices, right? So let's go ahead and make this player 2. Player 2 will be going first. All right, so we've got our turn 1. We got a nice 2. We got 3. We've got some inkables, and then we've got something for card draw. In this case, this is tough because we don't see really a good turn 3. We could play library, but with us going second, it's likely they have a nice board set up. They're going to just start doing damage, and we're not going to be able to adequately protect it. But everything we have is inkable. And we have a turn 1, and we have a turn 2 that destroys our Diablo, so we blow up maybe something of theirs and get a card. Or we could just ink it and then save Brawl for something else. In this case, I'm not going to throw anything back. And this would absolutely be one of the times where I would be sweating it. Like if we were in like the top 8 of a tournament, I would not be thrilled with this being my opening hand, especially with me going second. I have a path possibly forward, but I don't like it. But everything's inkable, so I can work with it. So we're just going to keep it. He did have a turn 1. He will likely blow up the Chernobog before we can do anything, but maybe not. We will actually ink maybe one of the Mauis. We'll play Diablo, and we will pass. If he does not quest and blow up that Chernobog, we're going to take it out. Okay, he already did that. Well, we're going to definitely delete that Pegasus. We're not going to let that thing sit there. So let's go ahead and ink... Probably ink one of the libraries is probably the smart play, even though I really don't want to do it. I want to be greedy and keep both of them because nothing feels better than playing B prep and then the next turn dropping 2 libraries and being like, what are you going to do? But all right, let's go ahead and play this. We take out our Diablo. We take out the Pegasus. We get a card, and now they don't have a Mim bounce, and we pass. We've had a lot of inkable cards this time. That's nice. Gives us a lot of options. Okay, he had to sing that. Sure. I don't care. Sing it. Let's ink Elsa, and we will play... Do we play the Sisu so we can sing on the next turn, or do we immediately put pressure? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's try that. We'll just try a slightly different tactic. All right, so he's starting to go wide. Okay, so he's going to want to use that to hit the library. That's unfortunate because we won't really be able to adequately protect it, but we'll be able to take out Peter Pan right now. So let's ink the goat. We will play Brawl. We'll get rid of Pan because we cannot take the chance of that. In this case, he could use Chernobog, hit the library. Oh, he didn't. Oh, he blew it up. Okay, I was going to say he could hit the library and then play a Fox, and that would do enough damage to take it out. Okay, that's not nice. Hey, whoa, slow down there, partner. It's not like I wanted to keep these nice things. All right, well, we baited out this garbage. Nothing we can do about that. Let's ink We got to think this through. We could ink Sisu, play Elsa. Elsa could take out Pegasus. He would have to then use Peter Pan to take out Library. However, he's going to be going to 6 ink. And on 6 ink, he could play Half Shark. And Half Shark having Rush could rush right into either the Library or Elsa. And then we don't have the ability to sing Friends on the other side. We have no B preps to build up to. We have no Tremaines or Medusas. We have no Brawls. We have no removal. I think it is probably safer in this case. Ink the Elsa. Play Sisu. So that Sisu will be able to sing. If they were to play a Tremaine and we were to lose Sisu, that would be unfortunate. There's nothing we can really do about that. We're going to move her over and we're just going to pass. They're going to take out the Library, but we need to be thinking about moving forward on future turns. We already know we're kind of messed over right here. There's not much we can do about this. It just sucks. So we need to be thinking about staging to get card draw and other things to help us move forward. And we just need to be cognizant of that. So what we will actually do is sing now. Ink. We know he's likely to have locations at some point. So we really, as much as it would be nice to ink Maui, I think we should not. We should keep this also for card draw. So let's ink here and we will play Medusa. Get rid of Pan. Because we do have B prep now that we can drop on the following turn. I don't want to do that. He could also go ahead and do that right now and blow us up. That would stink. Oh no, he's going to do that instead. Oh wow. Oh, okay. Is he going to... What would have been smart was to use Pegasus to crash into Sisu, but okay. Well, we know that the only card that he has is a crab, so we're just going to blow the table up. We don't care. So let's go ahead and quest. We will ink the Brawl, and we will just play B prep. He's going to get one card. So we know he's going to have Crab, one card, and then a new card. We'll hope that he dumps his hand again, then we immediately... Oh, that's not what I want to see. I wanted him to play something and just blow it up. Hey now. Hey now, friend. That's not nice. I don't like this. I'm just going to pass. I don't like any of that. I might need to keep that to ink to play Sisu. I really want to see a rabbit. Even Genie would be something. He keeps bouncing his stuff back. I'll play the Chernobog trying to bait something out of his hand, hoping he has something to take it out. And if he doesn't, okay, you got to stop playing card draw. All right, we got to... Okay, good. Now we got a decent number of targets. We'll B prep now. We'll quest, blow him up, get the card, then take their table out. I'd love to get some of their evasive stuff here, but it's just not showing up. So it is what it is. But we gotta... We'll take the card, and then we will play B prep. And we will pass. I don't want to play this other Chernobog because he might... Yep, he would have played Elsa and killed it. Right then and there, we would have lost it. Well, that right there is unfortunate. So let's play Cusco, and then we can also play the goat, so we'll get a lore. And we don't want to play the Chernobog. I don't want him to blow everything up. Right now, I want him to not want to blow the table up. But maybe he still will. I doubt it, but it's possible. He's likely... Oh, geez. He's likely to want to have a half shark or something. So we'll quest here. Quest here. Play the Diablo. Actually, I'll play the Chernobog. I want him to take the bait and blow the table up. Kill his stuff too. We'll get 2 cards and a lore. We'll lose out on the Chernobog, but it doesn't seem like he's going to blow it up if he's going to attack. All right, library, not so bad. Although we need another B prep. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is less than ideal. let's do this. Quest, play, bounce, move, then challenge into him. She'll get destroyed, but we also took him out. We'll get an extra card out of it. We will then ink Sisu to play Diablo and pass. Oh, geez, that's awful. Well, goodbye, library. Yep, that's unfortunate. Oh, perfect. Okay, we'll do this. Play. Doesn't really matter. Play. Make her a 5. She will now challenge. Take out Half Shark. I don't really like losing Elsa. The problem is what we don't want is for him to come back in here and take any of these card draw things. And he hasn't even played B Prep yet. But he could take back Dragonfire and just blow something up. We have to deny the Half Shark being able to do that. And we want a quest with Diablo because we want him to hit it so that we get a card. So the more that we can do to kind of like draw attention towards it, maybe he'll be in a place where he wants to be prep to kind of keep us away. Or okay, so like he attacked. Perfect. Please dump. Oh, stop with the card draw. Ugh, that's not what I want to see. I have to quest, and then I'm just gonna have to blow it. I mean, I'm already used 2 of mine. So he's gonna. All right. Next turn, he's gonna quest to go to 17. He'll have 18 on board with Merlin. If he were to bounce the goat, replay the goat, we're just done. So I think we have to play B Prep to slow him down. He'll only be at 15, which still is terrible, but we're hoping he plays a location or something so we can just blow that up. It's a lot of brooms. Don't do that. Stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Okay, good. We can play this to finally get some cards. Okay, we'll bounce her then and bounce him. So we get another card. That's not what we want to see. We don't want more Mauis. We want a brawl. Now we want to be prep. Now we really do. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is... Or a Sisu. Or Sisu's already gone, right? No, we have not seen her yet. But now I won't be able to get her. Nothing I can do. We might have just lost this one. Yep, we just... Nothing we can do. I'll just pass so that they take it. All right. Oh, that's our first loss. So out of... This is our 5th game, right? This is our first loss. So we'll do it again with it going... With us going second. And we got another trash hand to come out of the gate with. We don't want a snake if we don't have something else. We're going to send all that back. All right, good. We don't want to see Sisu, but we got turn 1. So, and they did not get a 1. So, you know, stinks for them, not for us. Let's do that to Elsa. We're going to play Broom. Now, what we're hoping is that they don't play Pegasus. But even if they do, we're going to be able to play maybe 2 others. Yeah, stop doing that. Let's quest here. We will play a Diablo to destroy the Broom. We will then ink a Diablo, and we will play a Diablo. And now no matter what, we'd be able to get, you know, somebody to bounce off of, you know, with Fox. That is not cool. I don't want to see that. Let's ink one of the Foxes. We'll quest with the Diablo. We will quest with Diablo, hoping that he's going to hit one of them. And then we will play, bounce, pass. Because he sees us getting a bunch of lore, so that's a problem for him. Could say it's a problem for us at this rate. Jeez. Well, we need to sing one of these because this is just not good. We can't attack anything. Let's ink a Diablo to play Rabbit, get a card going. Okay. Probably not going to challenge us, since the down thing is that they're just going to be able to just keep questing and getting big because we don't have Sisu to try to drop. All right, well, they didn't crash into anything, so that's whatever. Okay. Let's ink Crab. Now, in this case, we could pay for Teeth Inhibitions to take out Pegasus. We then could sing to take out something else. So let's do that. Let's play here. Hit Rabbit. Hit Pegasus to delete that. Then sing here so that they pick a character to get rid of. They'll probably pick Crab. Oh, what? That was a stupid pick. Okay, maybe they don't have Half Shark or something. We will sing here to give us some more choices. And then we will, well, if they have a Fox, I was thinking of playing a Library just to put the pressure on them. Let's do that. We'll play a Library because if they don't have a Fox, they're not going to be able to defeat it in one turn. That's what they do. They quested. Taking out Rabbit. Okay. I'll take the card. Oh, you're done, kid. No, don't do that. That's illegal. Shoot. Oh, well, he should have replayed. Well, sometimes players make bad choices too also in tournaments. So what should have happened was if they were going to play Crab, make Mim so big that she just deletes the Library. Because now what I'm going to do is move over here, and then I'm going to challenge and take out their Mim and go ahead and give myself an extra card out of it while deleting a character. Ink. We'll ink Elsa and play here, gain the lore, here, get a card. And then that way, if they do play B Prep on 7, I don't think they will, but if they did, because they're going to delete the Library, so there's no point in protecting it. But we'll be able to get a bonus out of it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hey, you need to stop this. I wish I had B Prep right now. I'd just ice this whole thing. You know what? Let's see. Oh, look at that. I will ink Sisu and we'll play this. They don't get any cards. We do get a lore and a card. And now they only have 3 cards, so they're kind of in a bad spot. Well, did you just watch them B Prep nothing? Did we just watch ink table B Prep nothing? Okay. We're going to move to this. All right. I can hear comments already. KoBaC, this is not really a good platform. It just B Preps nothing. What are you doing? Why? I mean, I guess in that case, it kind of made sense. It stopped me from playing something, and like I really don't have anything good to play. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play a Maui just to have him there. Hey, stop that. So we're gonna play Medusa. Ice that fool. And then pass. Hey, Crab. Hey, Broom. Hey, Fox. Hey, don't. That's not nice. Challenge. Get rid of that. We will play goat to go up 1. We will then play snake to go up another 1. And then we will move snake to the library and we will quest with Medusa and pass. As long as he doesn't play Pan. Okay. Okay. Let's play. We can't get rid of everything. There's nothing we can do about that. So let's just quest. So we're at 16. He might have B-Prep. He might not. So we're just going to play goat. We're just going to put the pressure on him. That's just the best thing. We're just going to put the pressure on him. So now we're sitting at 18. If he does not, he could take out library and take out all my stuff with B-Prep. And yeah, that stinks, but, you know, whatever. We got so much value out of that library, like, we don't care. Oh, okay, the game's already over because we're just going to quest. So, whatever. Medusa. And we're going to play the goat. What did he have? Brawl. So he didn't even have another B-Prep. He played 2. And we played 1. All right, so now that means we went second. So let's go second one more time to see if we can win a second time. All right, we got a turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. It's all inkable. We keep it. We're not even going to touch it. We don't want to risk it. So we will ink a Sisu, and we will drop this Diablo, and we'll just pass. He's probably going to play Pegasus because he's been getting that every flipping time. Oh, he didn't this time. And here we are without Teeth and Ambitions. Let's ink a crab. We'll play here. Quest. Because then he might get Fox, and then we can play crab, supercharge Cusco, crash into Fox. And we get a card out of it. Whatever. No? Okay. So let's ink Sisu. Play crab. Crab will charge up Cusco. Cusco will charge into Broom. We denied them the ability to bounce and getting an extra card. And now Merlin will be able to sing Friends on the other side. Why did you just pass? Do you not have anything inkable? We might just win from that. That's terrible. I mean, I'm happy about it, but I'm going to sing. Looking for a card to ink. Let's ink. I want to be greedy. If he's not able to play, we might be able to just really push our luck. Let's ink Maui. Let's go for it. Quest. And then we're going to go ahead and move him over because he's likely to be the one that he would take out. And we're going to try being a little greedy this time. We'll see what happens. Okay, he played Genie, but we can brawl it. That's fine. Let's play that. Let's brawl the Genie. Quest here. We'll sing here. We'll ink here. And we'll pass. And the reason I would ink the Chernobog instead of playing it, even though I know I'd be able to get the card, I just want to just keep things moving. Oh, I should have moved the crab over to the library. That was a mistake. I just want to keep things moving. So we're just gonna play here. Blow that up. Quest. We're actually gonna go ahead and sing one more time with the crab because we're just keeping ourselves. He's getting plenty of cards in his hand. We need to keep it moving too. Pass. Man, he is using that Genie in order to find cards. He has just not been able to get anything moving. All right, we'll do this time. We will play another library, put the pressure. We will quest here. Quest here because he's going to be at 7, and he wasn't able to ink before, so he's probably been waiting for a B prep. We will ink the Chernobog. We will move Crab. We will move Medusa, and we will pass. It would have been good to maybe play the Rabbit, but we're just putting pressure. We're just putting pressure. We're just stacking it up. So yeah, you took that out. Now we're going to get 2 cards off that. We don't have a B prep yet to follow up on our own. So, okay, Dragonfire, that's fine. We get another card. Don't care. So in this case, we're in a great spot because what I'm going to do is I'm going to challenge here. And then we will play B King. He has to pick a character. We will then ink the Broom, and we will play a Rabbit to get a card. Anticipating at any moment he's going to want to drop B prep, but he can't really because we've got location, so he needs to deal with that. Okay, yeah, fine. Go ahead and play your own locations. I don't care. I hope I see a castle just to really... No. We will play... Let's do this. Let's play Teeth and Ambitions, hit Rabbit, take out Broom, just prevent him from bouncing, because he could have Fox and just hasn't been able to get it to stick. Quest here puts us at 15. Quest here, that'll put us at 16. We will play Rabbit, get a card, move both the Rabbits over. So then we're in a really, really good spot because he's gonna there's nothing he can do. He can B prep and blow up the board. We're gonna get 5 cards off of that. Or he tries to play Maui or something else to try to take out one of the libraries, and then we just quest and the game's over. There's nothing he can really do here. Because he had that bad turn, couple turns where he couldn't really move. Yeah, so we're gonna draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. We're gonna go to 18. We'll play goat. We'll bounce the goat with the fox. The game's over. Play goat. Oh no, my lore. Play fox. Boom. Game's over. He had 3 B preps. That's why he was so stuck. He probably had 3 or 4 of them for so long and couldn't play because of that. Wow, that blows. That is definitely a variant situation where I've had games where I've had 3 B preps, and it's actually sometimes it's 1 because I played against something. It was like Steel Song or something. I hit B prep. They played a couple characters. I B prep. They played a couple more characters. I hit B prep. They were basically out of a hand because I just every turn just boom, 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 blowing the board up. So in this situation today, we played 7 total games against 3 different Ruby Amethyst. We went first on the very first deck. That was just because we hit random and it just happened to be first. On the other 2 decks, which were both very evasive heavy, because we played against Ed's deck first, then we did 2 evasive heavy decks, one being from another YouTuber who's a very good Ruby Amethyst player, the other being from a tournament winner that was recently. In both the second and the third game, we went second every single time. We went 2-0 on matchup 1 against Ed's deck. We went 2-0 against the first evasive deck, and then we went 2-1 against the third Ruby Amethyst, but it's the second evasive deck, which was the tournament winner one. So overall, my deck has defeated all 3 of the others, with the caveat being very important to list that we were playing against Ink Table, and that's not the same as against me playing against Ed, of someone of his caliber who's, a pro player, or against some of these others who've won big tournaments and stuff. So yes, it's easy for me to say, oh, look, pat myself on the back because my deck beat out these other decks, but that doesn't mean that it would overall. And the thing that's also a really big point to make, I was able to win here, but it might be possible that my deck just performs better against Ruby Amethyst, which was what my hope was. Because we're running 4 Mim Foxes, 3 Mauis, 3 Crabs. That gives us good destructive ability against locations. We have a favorable matchup so far, it seems, in evasive matchups because we've got Teeth and Ambitions to deal with Iago. We've got Brawls to deal with their Peter Pans. By the time they get to Half Shark, we're able to start playing Tremaine, or more than likely on the next turn, B-Prep. So as long as we keep Peter Pan away, we know that Maui is going to have to drop, has to fully dry before he's able to do anything. So we are able to not be like freaking out because, oh my goodness, there's, the $50 Half Shark is now on the table. We don't care. He's got a whole turn to dry. We're going to play Tremaine or B King Undisputed, and then we might bounce it back, because typically you don't really want Half Shark being dropped, especially if you don't have Peter Pan. You're not likely to want to see him drop early, because if you were to drop yours on turn 6, and if I'm going first, that means my turn 7's coming up right after, and then I'm going to B-Prep the table, and you got no value out of that Half Shark other than you baited out one of my B-Preps. But you also lost a Half Shark, right? So overall, this evening, my deck has performed remarkably well. And I've done no editing. These have been straight recorded videos or matches. I have not stopped it one time. We have gone straight from when I hit record all the way through to this moment. So the deck has done really well. I think overall, if I were to assess why did my deck win? There was a couple of misplays that we saw from the computer, like B preparing nothing on the table, right, from the computer during the third matchup. That was a weird thing to do, right? Why did it do that? We had another variance in this case, in this very last match, where the opponent had 3 to 4 B preps. When the game was over, we saw they still had 3 left in their hand. That's a lot. And that's very unfortunate, especially when you're in an even matchup. So in that case, if you did watch that match, I made a comment that I'm going to play a second library and be greedy. And there's a chance that that's going to bite me. But in that case, it was perfect. Because, yeah, you've got a bunch of B-Preps. Your B-Preps do nothing to my libraries, right? I'm just going to play locations, and they're just going to keep accumulating lore, and there's nothing you can blow up. And then when you do blow stuff up, I've got characters already on libraries. I'm going to get a bunch of cards. So now, yeah, you wiped out my characters, but literally all you've done is delay the inevitable, because I'm now going to have... When the game ended, I had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 cards to play. Like... when you're playing Ruby Amethyst and your opponent has that, unless they have just all the 1s and 2s in their hand for some reason, or maybe just a lot of bounce stuff, but they don't really have the big removal, more than likely you are in a really bad spot, because that guy has tons of cards and you have just a couple. Maybe you're only even like 1 or 2 cards. That's a really, really, really hard thing to come back from. So looking at some of the other matchups, why did I win? Well, I went first during the first 2 games against the very first deck. That gives me an advantage. We had only 2 bad hands out of the 7 to start the game with. One of those bad hands being, I think, the game that I lost, only the 1 game. I would attribute most of the wins to bad choices by the computer, because there was a couple of other weird choices that it made. Like I played B King Undisputed at one point, and it had Peter Pan, Crab, and Genie on the table, and it decided to take out Peter Pan, which I would think would be the bad case, because if you did... Now, I have not played the Evasive deck because I've liked mine, and I saw flaws with the Evasive by, brawling Peter Pan to mess it up. I would say that in that case, if I were him, I would want to keep Peter Pan on the table, hoping that I would top deck a Maui Half Shark to be able to just immediately have Rush, or Iago, or another Genie, right? I could get rid of the Crab, and I'm probably in a better spot by keeping the Peter Pan on the table. But I didn't see the hand at that point. It's a computer. So there's only so much that we can really ascertain from that. But anything else? No, I kind of just, played my normal way. And I guess some people could ask, well, Rick, why did you play a couple of those things, the way you did, where like sometimes I'd play rabbit instead of goat, for example. Yes, the games could potentially go longer by not playing goat and just, they blow up the board. I got another lore, or I just keep questing with the goat, whatever. I start bouncing the goat. I didn't have bounce most of the time when I would do that. So what my strategy is play rabbit not as often as I can, but basically when it makes the most sense. So even if the game were to go for another turn or two, I don't know, for example, if I play goat, they play B prep, and then now I have to play rabbit on the next turn. What I would rather do is play rabbit, hope that he survives. If he doesn't, I'm now going to get 2 cards, right? I played him, he gets blown up, I get another card. I would rather continuously have card draw, or at least pretty rapidly keep cards in my hand, than be super greedy and try to get early lore. Because what I'm hoping is I'm starving out my opponent. They are now having to deal with how many, when you're playing in a mirror match of Ruby Amethyst, it is the game is as much of a race to get to the most lore, right? To get to 20, as it is a race to control the board. And then it's also a race to control card draw. And I would say out of the 3, card draw, in this case, in against mirror, is literally the most vital thing. The other thing, the 4th condition, is kind of like who can get a location to stick. Because in the very last match that we just did, I ended up having 2 libraries, and there was nothing that he could do to defeat those libraries. They ended the game with full health still. They weren't even damaged. So as he was playing stuff, we were smacking it off. He'd play something else, we smack it off. We're not allowing him to have characters really stick around, so he can't bounce them, or he can't build up any sort of momentum. And we're just destroying that and just defeating it and just knocking it off the table. And we just keep accumulating things. So having those locations stick around in a mirror match is absolutely devastating, because Ruby Amethyst, yeah, we've got Maui's, we've got Fox, we've got Crabs, we've got, ways to do high damage quickly. But we have no immediate answer to locations. It's a big weakness. It can be to our advantage, especially in a mirror match, if we can have 1 or 2 locations stick. Even just 1 is just deadly, because you're just like, here's lore, here's lore, here's lore, here's lore. But it worked out really well in my favor, these 7 games. Obviously the one I lost, so 6 of the 7. But yeah, so it's still performing well, very well. I'm very happy with this deck. Hopefully this kind of video helps you guys kind of have some, insight. If you would like to see me play against another deck, Steel Song or Emerald Steel Discard, or name it, I'm open to doing a video like that, like I did here. We go and find 2 or 3 versions of that deck. We play a couple of games, see how it goes. Obviously, there is always the variance, and I probably should have said this at the beginning of the video. There's always the variance of I could have phenomenal hands and perform very, very well. Or I could have really just booty hands and do really bad. And it looks really bad because we only played 2 or 3 games. When really, to really know if this deck is really good against a particular deck, unless I just completely just steamroll it, would be to play 5, 6, 7, 8 plus games to really kind of see, like, are we seeing a trend at this point? Like, yeah, this deck just keeps winning. But we have to also keep in the back of our minds, as I've stated several times, Ink Table is not the strongest player. It's a mid-ish tier player, maybe a low, like if you were doing 1 through 10, 1 being a weak player that's just starting, doesn't really know anything, to 10 being like super pro level, I would, based on my experience, I'd probably rate Ink Table as like a 4.5 out of maybe a 5, maybe a 5 sometimes. So it's not a bad player, but it sometimes does stuff where you're like, maybe that was bad. Might have cost you the game. We don't know yet until it's done. I don't know where I would rank myself. I'd leave that to somebody else to kind of decide, because I don't have a big event yet behind me to be like, oh, look, KoBaC's so good. But anyway, so I enjoyed doing this. This was fun. I get to kind of share my thinking process and stuff, and some insight, and maybe it helps some other players out there to get a little bit better at the game, or maybe just think of new ways to approach things, I didn't really think about, I only addressed the starting hands as they appeared. I didn't really think about, like, well, what happens if there's other things, if you're up against Emerald, if you're up against Steel Song, if you're up against certain other matchups, there's certain cards I would never want in my hand, like Songs. If I'm playing against Emerald or Amber, pretty much in any capacity that's not like a hyper aggro kind of thing, I don't want any songs in my hands at all. I don't want them. If I'm going first against Steel Song, if I have any sort of one drop and I see Teeth Inhibitions, I'll keep that because I know I can get rid of, Diablo if it's Emerald, or actually I still wouldn't even keep it because what I wouldn't want is for Ursula to yank it out of my hand. So if I was going first, I guess I would just go ahead and maybe use it to just go ahead and delete their little Diablo to make them have to wait one more turn where hopefully I could find a brawl to delete at the moment it dropped. But really, if I'm up against even Amber, they could play Bare Necessities and yank one of my songs out of my hand, or even one of my locations or my actions. So I would dump all of that stuff because I don't want Bare Necessities. Us losing a card at the beginning of the game is super devastating. Even if I have, Sisu or a B Prep or a Tremaine, these are big cards I can't play. I still wouldn't want the B Prep because it's a song, but I would rather have a dead card because it's a high uninkable than I would to have a song or an action or a location that they're just going to yank out with Bare Necessities and I'm just hosed, right? So that's my thinking anyway going into it. I know some players have been, the thinking was months ago would be to keep B Prep in your hand because then you have one. But if you're against Emerald and they're going to play Ursula and they're going to throw it away anyway, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I'd rather have an inkable card or something else to keep things moving. I wouldn't even keep Friends on the other side to sing it because I wouldn't want them to yank it because that's now I've lost the 2 cards from that and the fact it was inkable, and that's devastating. So anyway, there's a lot of other strategy. I don't want to get in. This video is already long. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you have any comments on future decks I should go up against, or if you have other questions about this deck, or if you'd like to see me play another color combination, like I've got another Steel Song, my own Steel Song deck that's pretty strong, already built. So just kind of thinking of some different video content ideas to kind of help go over things. I don't want this channel becoming like a Ruby Amethyst only thing. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just very, mentally getting prepared for championships, and I think playing against Mirror is very likely at some level. I'm hoping I, easily can make the top 8, and then you got to try to, whatever you're going to run into. I say easily, stuff can still happen. You can still get eliminated. I'm hoping I pretty quickly rank in the top 8 at least, so you get that promo, and then, have a decent shot at first place to win the playmat. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to go take a break. So thank you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.